A good neighbor to nearby downtown Phoenix. We're at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale, Arizona. Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here in Week 4. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Buying some time right. He can run it. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now looking to throw. Able to get it to Benson. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. Into the hands of Michael Wilson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Cardinals first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Trey Benson. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They bring Wilson in motion right. They give on 2nd to Benson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, Well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Throwing now, off play action. Throwing this back in the end zone. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 4th and short. They snap it to Murray. He's got it to his running back. And he officially gets them into the red zone before going out at the 20. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it with all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. From the gun, it's Murray. On the move, headed right. And he's down to the 8 before going out. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. He's got it on the bootleg. Headed out right. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals finish up an excellent opening series. McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And he nearly gave it away to start this game. Almost an interception, but instead, a gift. They get it back for 2nd down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Stroud off the play fake. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Max Melton with the INT. And the Cardinals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
He's got him. That's McBride. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Second and 3 now. From the 37. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
The Texans bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. They send the tight end in motion. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Setting up a throw. This is reeled in by Valdez-Scantling. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that 1st down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They're going for this. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Big gain downfield. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans keep their drive alive and reach pay dirt one play later. Tank Dell the touchdown. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He rolls to his right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
This, our last play of the quarter. Handoff headed left to Benson. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the 1st. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They've got 3rd and 2 to start out. Back now, pressure on its way. Into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Running with Mixon out of the gun. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Keeping it with Mixon. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And that hit is going to freeze him at this spot. He got stuck right at the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Gets this one to Harrison. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Benson on the counter. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Third and just 2 to go. Here's a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. McBride hauls it in. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Benson now from the gun. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker. Working quickly here.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
They've got a man in motion. Here's 2nd and 2. This reeled in by Benson. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the middle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
To throw here on 1st down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Jalen Petrie there on the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
the Texans go in nickel coverage, third down. Back to throw. Getting out to his left.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. The Cardinals with a big decision upcoming. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He connects downfield on 4. And in for the Arizona touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, it kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Dell with the grab. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Houston first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. Completed over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They're going to run and draw here with Benson. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Now they send their back in motion right. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. On now is McManus to kick this away. Return starts at the 9. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. They're out and set, first and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Space past the 35. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Stroud throwing here on first. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun now for Stroud. He's got him, that's Mixon. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. Texans going to kick this away on fourth, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60-plus. And this one hits first at the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Benson once more. And he's brought down for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Trying to find Trey McBride. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Cardinals out for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Stroud. He lofts it deep left. What a dive. I think he caught it. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans take a 4-point lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. A give left side to Benson. They're working a couple yards past the line. Christian Harris on the stop. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. They'll send out the punting unit. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Fielded at the 11. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Texans' drive is going to start from deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. The wideout gets it to start this drive. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Dell now in motion right. Has some daylight through the 40. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
Just 1 quarter. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. throwing from the gun here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And he makes the... Wait, no, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Stroud to throw again on second. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into passing, known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
Third and long for him here. Deep shot doesn't quite work out, so that's an incomplete pass.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
He's got it. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. New series coming up following the punt. And it'll be Cardinals football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. It's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Man in motion, out of the slot. The give now to Benson. And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Able to get it to Benson. This gets the 1st and more. And they'll be at midfield here as he gets out of bounds. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Option play they give to Benson. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Staying on the ground with Benson. And this one doesn't work any better. Defense there to drop him at the line again.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Pitching it out to Benson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Offense staying out here. It's 4th and 11. Looking to throw. They connect for the first. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
So close to getting off the field. The 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. Now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll try it right with Benson. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Cardinals needing 4 points. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 23. That's complete to Valdez-Scantling. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Benson. Scores. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals jump in front late. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Extra point upcoming. This to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. On now is McManus to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Hutchinson reels it in. And he pushes this up to midfield before going out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Back to throw. Able to find Hawkinson. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Here he is to throw. Toward the sideline and caught by Wilson. And the nice pickup ends beyond the 35 as he goes out. A great pass from the rookie out of Texas A&M, and a new set of downs to boot. Setting up to pass.